Sonshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer. And a very pleasant good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the hottest spot in town. This is Sonshine's Corner. It's Monday, and I trust that you had a wonderful weekend, because I certainly did. And I tell you, it is so unbelievable how the time just flies by. But when it flies by, it truly flies by. And when I say that, I'm talking about this young lady that we're going to be talking with today. Remember, I want you to be a part of this show. I want you to be a part of the conversation. I want you to know that when it's something that you need to talk about, this is the place you need to be. When I say that, you can have those difficult conversations and feel comfortable having them. You can talk about the things that you want the community to know about. And I want to shed light on this young lady here that I met when she was just a little teeny tot. Good morning, Selena.
Hi. How are you?
I am wonderful. You know what? And she is so full of life. She's so full of energy. And you know what? But I just want to say to you, she came up to me. Listen to this. This has been a few years back over at boot camp at the Fricker Center when I was doing my exercise classes. I still do there. And she was telling me about the things that she wanted to do, culinary, and now that has come to fruition. And she's doing so many things. And I just like to shine the light on our young people who are doing things that's so great in the community and just, you know, just blossoming into this great big rose. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much, Sony. Thank you.
I mean, I'm just so proud of you. You just do so, I mean, I can remember we had each other's phone number and I had forgotten.
Yeah.
It's been that long.
Yes, it has. It really has. I remember last year my friends came out here and we danced.
Yes.
I remember. And so it's been a few months since then.
That's right. And
well.
I mean, then when you call me, you say, I don't have your number. I don't have your number. I mean, but it's been a long time.
Sony is a busy woman.
Yes, she is. I mean, come on. Well, listen at this. I'm proud of you. Now, first of all, tell everybody about what you do. Tell everybody about your culinary.
Yes. All right. So I had just graduated culinary school last year in October, and I am now an entrepreneur. So I am a private chef, and I do catering. Yes. And I recently just got my license to be a wholesaler / vendor. And so right now I'm just working on getting my sweets out there to restaurants.
You brought some cupcakes here and I missed them.
I was so sad about that. I remember the cast had it and they literally ate all of it. And I was like, can you save one for Sonshine?
Look, Sonshine turned into moonlight that day. She didn't get it. I said, no, don't do that.
I even left a plate here. I don't even know.
I don't know where it is.
It doesn't matter. It's okay.
But what is that inspired you to want to get into culinary? I mean, I don't like to cook. Give me the microwave.
I don't know. It's just my abuela. She is basically the cook of the family, and ever since I was young,
Did you hear that? It said she was young.
Okay. I first time I walked was for marshmallows, and so I always knew that food was going to be a really important factor in my life. And then my abuela taught me how to cook when I was young, and then I just carried that with me. Empanadas was probably like the first thing that I've made, really.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. So I hold food close to my heart, and I know that it's something that's going to ground me. I know I was last on here for dancing, which is something.
She's got so many talents.
Yes. But yes, I like art, which is what's going to lead me to my next little thing I have going on. So I have an event called Spectrum and Spice. It is for neurodivergent and disabled adults who like to party. I feel like there isn't a place for us to mingle in a safe place, a lot because of sensory issues and whatnot. You know, there's a lot of accommodations that we need, and there's a lot of people who are high needs that need more accommodations, and I want to throw an event that is accommodating just for them.
Really?
Yes.
That is, I was reading when you sent me your link on Instagram, and I said, oh my goodness, you're doing so much. And it is absolutely, there it is right there. Look at that. Spectrum and Spice. Oh, she said, look at that. Talk about that. Personalized, poetry. You came up with all of this.
Yes, yes.
Tell me more about it. I mean, look, you got a speed dating?
Yes, a speed dating booth. So basically, first of all, food truck. I just wanted to mention the food aspect because I love food.
Right.
I have a food truck called the Water Garden in Fort Walton. They just opened not too long ago. If you guys can check it out whenever you can. They have some pretty good sandwiches, and they use this really cool cheese. I'm literally obsessed with it. But I have them coming to the event. I also have personalized poetry. So my friend Balance does poetry. He even has a book out called RAW, which means raw A word. I actually forgot the last letter.
Okay, that's
Sorry.
okay. Look, she's not nervous, but she's trying.
I'm sorry, man. Okay, anyways, but he has a poetry book out, and so I have him doing some poetry. And he writes really good poetry. He writes poetry to me almost every day, and so I really wanted to share that to the world, and I feel like everyone should have a poet. I feel like everyone should have a poem written for them at least once in their life, because it's a very special connection. I feel
How special?
I feel like if people who write poetry, I feel like they understand people more, they connect with them more. So I feel like when you write about them, you can notice things that they don't even notice about themselves.
Okay.
And so it's really a game of just observing each other and seeing what you can take from them. And I think it's a beautiful thing because, like I said, it's raw and it's a real authentic connection.
Now, what is it that you have got a kissing booth?
Yes, I do. So speed dating and kissing booth, I really...
Okay, let's go. Okay. So are those two connected, the speed dating and the kissing booth?
Kind of, yes. So they're both means of connecting with people. I feel like, disabled people deserve intimacy as well. But I also just feel like it's hard dating out in this world when you are disabled. And so if I can create a space for people to date freely, I think that could, it could implement some more connections, just community,
Right.
And so the kissing booth, I feel, is a really good, I call it the consent booth, because it's like you can either kiss their cheek, kiss their hand, there's a lot of people who might get uncomfortable with those types of things, but it's really open for, any type of positive intimacy and appropriate intimacy.
Oh, how wonderful. And you're all about opening this universe of love.
Yes.
This universe of connection.
Yes.
The love. It's so hot. They're the earrings.
Yes.
That's beautiful to be so young.
Yes.
Were you 21?
20.
Didn't I tell you? I mean, but look at you. But you see, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we need to really... Look at her. She's 20 years old. Look how she has stepped out. She's already graduated from culinary arts school, right?
Yes.
I mean, she's already an entrepreneur. She's stepping out and she's doing the things that she desires to do and causing it to grow and sharing it with the world. This is the kind of implementation we need to plant in all of our young people because they are our tomorrow.
Yes.
And I mean, tomorrow, but look what she's starting today.
Yes.
I mean, even though I didn't get a cupcake, but that's okay. I was looking at some of your pages with some of the presentations.
Yes.
Presentation is everything.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have, you got the science down.
Thank you.
I mean, tell me about some of the things that you prepare. You do grits.
Yes, I can.
Okay,
I can do
you hear everybody talking about grits and this or
grits and shrimp and grits.
Yeah.
No,
tell me something. That's just something because I'm hungry. Okay, keep talking.
not too much of a fan of grits. I'm neurodivergent, so textures are a lot for me.
What you are? What?
Neurodivergent.
What is it?
Basically, it's how we could classify people with autism, ADHD, people who are dyslexic.
Okay.
Dyslexic. Yeah. So people who think in different ways and see the world in a different view, which is what the event is for. But yeah, I have a texture issue. A lot of textures make me, I feel irritated. So when I feel certain textures, yes. I don't know. I don't like it. I can't make it though. I do like polenta, which is kind of like a similar texture.
What is polenta?
Man, what is polenta?
What is it made of?
I feel like it's made of maybe like cornmeal.
Okay.
Maybe, I think so.
It's kind of soft?
Yeah, very soft.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like goopy.
Yeah. Gooey, gooey.
Yeah, it's gooey. But it's good. I feel like grits, they have a similar texture, but I feel like grits have a different flavor. You tend to put butter in both, but I don't know, for some reason grits just bring out a weird flavor as well with the texture. So when it's combined, I just get all weird. But yeah. But what do I cook? So I like to bake. So
really?
Right now my signature good is guava cupcakes. And they have a tropical filling in them. And
you said guava cupcake. Okay, now you're talking to a person who is a microwave queen. Guava, what? Guava?
Guava cupcake.
Guava cupcake.
Yes.
What is that?
So guava is a type of fruit. It's a mild type of fruit. You need something to, I guess, uplift the flavor. And so I pair it with strawberries. And it really brings out a guava tropical essence to it. And I like to pair it with even more citrus fruits. So, I like to pair it with orange, lemon, peach, papaya, a whole bunch of other fruits to create a nice little tropical fusion.
You're teaching me something. Can I do it in the microwave?
No, but I can bring you some. The second time.
There you go.
Make sure that you get some. But yeah, and I have a cupcake bar that I like to set up at markets, and so I do a live frosting demo in front of people, and then I decorate their cupcakes with dried fruits.
Really?
And whatnot. So it's a little bit of more of a gourmet cupcake. You think of cupcake, you think of birthday parties, but this is not a birthday party.
You got that right. But when I'm looking at you, right, and I see the joy that's in your face. I see something that's so, the exuberance, I can say, coming from you is beautiful, and how you are so into what you're doing.
Yes.
And you're focused on what you're doing to make that a total success. Another thing I want to reach out and touch is the fact, when you say that you want people that are disabled, that is, I applaud you for reaching out to help or to show that everybody needs love.
Yes.
It doesn't matter who you are.
It's not a luxury. It's all right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's really okay. You see what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? This is a young lady at 20 years old. I mean, deserves her kudos right about now because of what she's doing and stepping into the business world. She drove here this morning from where?
Crestview.
See?
It was a little bit of a way, but
But that's okay. But she got here, and I mean, do you know she texted me, and I was into another dream world. I saw this when I woke up. It was 3:42 this morning. I'll see you bright and early. I mean, were you excited?
Yeah, I was basically up all night writing notes. I just wanted to make sure that I, touched the things that I wanted to speak about, and so stayed up all night. But I tend to do that a lot. So.
Really? But you want to be successful at what you're doing.
Yes.
And that's a great thing. And pronounce your last name for me.
Rubino.
Okay, because I was going Rubino.
It's Italian.
So you are part Italian?
Yes, but I am, I consider myself Afro-Latina.
I saw that.
Yeah. My dad's side, he is Panamanian, and so I get my Latin side from my dad's side of the family.
Right.
Yeah. And so, I don't know, I really like to embrace that culture, especially when it comes to food. Mm-hmm. Another plate that I like to make is a nice pumpkin coconut rice plate with jerk chicken, and it really just mixes, I guess, Caribbean culture, a little bit of Latin culture. I like to mix, and then I have like a Greek yogurt mint sauce, and so it makes up a lot of different cultures, and even Indian in my food, but I definitely do like to fuse cultures.
Really?
I'm a fusion of different
Okay,
cultures.
how did you come up with the name? Let me do this first, because I forgot to talk about these here donuts, right? Because I was talking about your guava. Paula Donuts, right here, downtown Pensacola, 120 Palafox Street. Homemade donuts every day. You see those big donuts right there? Bacon is on it, blueberries, chocolate and powdered, I think that's peanut butter. Does that look like peanut butter to you? Powdered peanut butter.
Maybe it looks like caramel. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
She is the I'm the queen of the microwave, so she can tell me better.
Maybe, I don't know.
But it's good stuff. But
Condensed milk was probably in the one with the bacon.
Yeah, they got bacon on that. That's a meal right there.
I have bacon on my cupcakes as well. Pork belly, I believe. Yeah,
really?
I grill it in front of people and then I put it on my cupcake. It's a whole cupcake bar. It's filled with many different toppings you can only imagine.
So young, so filled with energy, so ready to do this, so ready to just go ahead and grow with this. Now, I appreciate the fact of what she does and how she's doing it, and the joy, or should I say the excitement that's in your face, that's in your body movement, even about talking about it. You said you had a lot of notes on your phone that you want to talk about. Tell me something that's on that phone that I haven't touched yet that you want to talk about.
Yes, so right now, my job is to make sure people are aware of the event. And right now, I am still gathering pieces for the event. I have most of it. I have the speed dating booth, which has 2 different types of decks. I have a deep question deck and then a lighthearted deck. Lighthearted deck talks about, how you stem. Deep question is like, what do people not notice about you when you first meet people or want them to notice about you? So we get a little bit deeper in these questions, but it's all consent based. So I have tags, I have stickers where it's like green, I'm good to talk, orange, I'm nonverbal, stuff like that, where it's like you can answer in different ways that feel comfortable for you, because there's no wrong way to connect. And so I also have a graffiti station set up where you can spray paint whatever you feel on some canvases. And this is all at Wild Tribe Art and Coffee, which is in Mary Esther and Fort Walton.
I saw that.
Yes. It's a new coffee shop that just opened up. The owner, Nika, is a wonderful lady. She created the whole place just for people to connect more with each other with art, and I think we even have a new drink coming out too, because they sell coffee as well. And I made up the drink. It's like a little bit of a spiced latte. It has different interesting flavors to it. Candy cane, there's a little bit of spice, mint. It's a whole bunch of things we're still creating, but it's going to be launched at the event. So if you guys like coffee, please come down to the event and try out their drinks, and they have snacks. Oh
God, it's gonna be so much going on. Everybody in the city gonna want to come to this. Look, we're gonna talk about when it's coming up, how you can be a part. Coming up when we come back after a break, because Selena is really so energetic. She is so happy, and I'm so happy for her. The fact that she's blossoming into everything that she's desiring. You put your mind to it, you can do it. We're gonna learn more about it. I want you to be a part of the conversation at 850-432-7768. Call or text. Talk to this young lady. Let's inspire her together right here today on Sunshine's Corner.
Good day, Pensacola. Welcome to a new segment on health and wellness sponsored by Baptist Healthcare in partnership with Sunshine's Corner. Every first Wednesday of the month during Sunshine's telecast, we're going to be bringing you information about health and wellness and ways to make sure we're improving the quality of your health care here in Pensacola. After all, we want to ensure that you're going to the right place at the right time and for the right reason, and that you don't feel alone. Can't wait to see you.
Aloha, I'm Madrina Ciano, the host of Rolling with Madrina, and I love Blab TV. It's a great pleasure to host a community show that brings awareness to so many great initiatives that are happening right here in Pensacola. It's even more exciting as I go through the community and I hear from people about how much they're learning. I'm the host of Rolling with Madrina, and I am Blab TV.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
At Pensacola Habitat for Humanity, we believe every child should have a safe place to grow. That's why we work with you and the community to build not just a house, but a home.
She worked very hard to get this house. I really appreciate that because You know, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here right now.
When you help build a home, you build a future. Pensacola Habitat for Humanity.
And welcome back to Sunshine's Corner on this Monday. Selena
Bino.
Rubino. I don't want to, it's in my head to pronounce it wrong. But you know, I got to say this. You put me in the mind when you talk about love, how you are. I don't know if you remember the civil rights activist Angela Davis said, you ever read about her? Look her up. You remind me so much of her.
Wow.
She was such an activist for the same thing that you're fighting for. I mean, and then when I saw the earrings, the hair, you remind me so much of Angela Davis.
Thank you.
I mean, such a strong woman.
Thank you.
And I see you blossoming into the same thing. Now, the event's going to be on May the 10th. That's Mother's Day weekend.
It is. It is.
That's Mother's Day. Then the 10th, yeah, Mother's Day weekend.
Weekend. I
But,
think it's on Sunday, I believe.
Yeah, on that weekend.
Something like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I have to
but
go
the
look.
fact of it is, and there's so many other things that you're trying to convey. How do you want people to get in touch, to be a part of this event, so that everybody would know about what your vision is, so we can help bring this to fruition?
Okay, yes. So a couple things. I need your guys' help. As you guys saw the flyer, I have the flyer all over my page. You guys can repost it on your social media, encouraging your cousin who is neurodivergent or whoever you think it might be interested in this event to encourage them to come down.
There's the flyer on the screen.
Yes, it is. I also have to say that I am looking for nonprofit organizations to come speak at my event and hopefully provide a speech about, you know, more resources that we can provide ourselves and, you know, how we can help the disabled community.
Right.
One thing that I am trying to do, put in action, which I'm still developing because I'm creating a census, but I am creating a petition to where, you know, in workplaces, you know, the outdated system of training programs will be removed and replaced with new training programs that cater to neurodivergent and disabled individuals.
Okay.
Especially with people who have neuro disabilities or neurotic disabilities, and other types of behaviors that might kind of interfere with their work. And so I feel like if we can train leadership to where they can work with us better, I feel like we would have a better work environment, because there's nothing better than working together. And if you can't work
that all across the board.
Yes, and if you can't work together because there's a blockage, we need to figure out how we can remove that blockage and understand each other better, because we think differently. And so and a petition is to be able to replace our training programs with a little bit more attention.
Have you experienced anything like that?
Yes, I have. I've had a lot of experiences.
If you don't mind, share something that happened to you that really got your passion into doing what you're doing, so that can be changed.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I appreciate all of my experiences from culinary school and from high school. Everything that's got me to here, because it's made me a stronger person. But I do believe that what made me stronger doesn't need to be experienced by everyone. When I was in culinary school, I had a pretty tough time learning. I needed accommodations, and even after I was diagnosed and got accommodations, my teacher wasn't willing to give me them. And with that being said, I felt like it took me longer to process information. It took me longer to, you know, catch up with the class, even though I have such a natural talent.
Right.
It was really hard making sure that I was on point with my skills, you know.
Okay.
So my teacher usually would leave me out of a lot of things. He wouldn't exactly, I would need videos, right? So where I can look back at these videos, because I would forget, you know, I would forget what was learned. So I feel like I need more confirmation for me to be able to do things consistently. And so I'm not gonna ask him to show me multiple times, because there's a whole class to teach. And so so that I'm able to perform as well as I need to, I need space to rewatch things. I need to maybe set up a camera when we would do demos, stuff like that. I just wasn't given that type of accommodation.
Right.
Especially when it came to tests as well. I take longer on tests. And so eventually he gave me that, but it was really hard working on a time based test rather than, giving me time to process information. A lot of neurodivergent folks actually take longer to process information because we're processing more than just the surface. And so that's why it's taking me long to process conversations with people, because I'm not just thinking about that thing that they said, but everything under it and what could relate to it. And so it's a whole process, and I need time. I need training, I need time. It was really hard socially to work with people as well.
Really?
And I learned the hard way how to work with people, because people are cruel. So
Tell me about it.
Yeah, and so if we could also, develop some programs how to talk to people correctly, which I feel like we already have, but they're a little bit outdated. And so if we can just shine more light onto that, and I could, pair up with some people who, nonprofit organizations who know what they're doing, we can set up workshops for leaderships and people like us.
Okay.
So we're able to create a better environment.
Have you been able to find any that's willing to step out to help you? Nonprofits that will help you?
Unfortunately, I've reached out to a few. I haven't gotten anything back. I've only maybe got one nonprofit organization, but they've only shared the flyer rather than, wanting to speak at it. And so I am just needing more people and individuals who actually believe in the vision and want to carry that through, because it's not just an event that I'm trying to throw.
There's a purpose behind it.
Yes, it's a movement.
There you go. Wonderful. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you hear this and if you know of a nonprofit that would be willing to work with her, I think this is how, when I always tell you that if we connect the dots, there's nothing we can't do. As long when you put out all your resources together, see that bridge right there? There's nothing we can do. So that we cannot do. So if you have a nonprofit and you hear what she's talking about, you hear the challenges she's had, but she has to overcome, but she's trying to prevent others from having to deal with the same things that she had to deal with, which I think is thinking outside the box already. When you say, oh, wow, we have to think a little different, you're thinking outside the box, okay? So it's a good thing.
Thank you.
A good thing. But the fact of it is, she's not looking at this as I. Have you noticed she never said I, she said we. It's the thing that we. It's we. And I appreciate that, because therefore what you're learning, what you're dealing with, and the fact that you're stepping out on faith to get this done to help other people so that nobody will be overlooked.
Yes, ma'am. I believe we need more tutors, we need more counselors, more therapists, more transportation that caters to disabled folks. Instead of, people being able to walk to a bus stop, maybe we should do, house-to-house pickups.
Right.
Because it's a lot, especially for people who are physically disabled. And so I feel like there just needs to be a little bit more time, and there needs to be more care when it comes to disabled folks, because like I said, it's not a luxury. I feel like it's a human right.
Okay.
We want equity, not equality, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Come on, say it again.
We want equity, not equality.
You see this young lady, 20 years old, what she's talking about. So she's talking about experiences that she has experienced and things that we can come together to bring light, to shed more light, to get the help that's needed. And I'm so amazed that, you're so verbal with it. Yes. You know what you're talking about.
Yes.
And so this is what I'm saying to our people that's viewing us today. Share this. Talk to somebody. I believe that I've run into people often and say, I want to do something to help. What can I do to help? Here it is.
Yes. Honestly, there's another point that I wanted to make. How can we do to help? What can we do to help? I have a lot of neurodivergent friends that actually I didn't have all this time. This was actually just recent, where I'm meeting more people like me, and this is how I came up with the event, because I realized that there isn't a lot for us, a lot of resources anyway. So I just thought, let's create an event where it's a space to have fun. First, because you can't create anything without connection,
right? And
so I want to set a safe place for people to have fun. And I feel like in order to create inspiration, in order to create more doctors, people who can actually make a difference, we have to make it ourselves by making sure that we are connecting with people in the most authentic way possible and setting that space for that. And so, like, for instance, I feel we need more doctors that accommodate to autistic folks.
Okay.
You know, just neurodivergent folks in general. A lot of them don't understand how to communicate their pain. It's kind of really hard to communicate, and so a lot of the times, a lot of their pain goes dismissed because they don't know how to, deal with them.
Right.
And so I just feel like there just needs to be a little bit more in place on how we can study these individuals and make sure they're getting the care that they need.
Absolutely. Somebody has a question for you.
Hello. I'm scared.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Queen. How are you?
I am wonderful.
Good, good. You know, I am just so proud of this young lady, and it's amazing how much joy she seems to have in her life. And I think part of that is because she's thinking about others and not just herself.
Exactly.
Because there's a theory abounding that when you want to help others and when you're thinking about helping others, this increases your happiness.
Yes, it
and
does.
I think she epitomizes that. I think she's an example, fine example. And also, Sonshine, I want to congratulate her parents and her guardians.
Yes.
The fact that they got her off on a good road, living a prosperous adult life. And because I think sometimes we wait too late with our children to try to find out what their calling is. And I think that's unfortunate, and I think she's a good example of
She's only 20 years old. 20 years old.
Yes. And so I think we as parents should take some responsibility in not giving our children a chance to blossom and a chance to take flight. So those are my comments for this morning, and I'm so proud of her.
Thank you so much, Haza. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye-bye. I mean, this is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. See, this is the kind of encouragement we need for young people like herself. And I love it what she says. Not just me, us. People like us. She's not just thinking about herself. 850-432-7768. That's the number you can call to find out. And talk to this young lady. So if you have a nonprofit, please share what you have so this can expand to help others who are in need. We'll be back with more right here on Sunshine's Corner.
You finally found the perfect car in Racing Blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Messick Insurance Agency in Pensacola if auto owners make sense for you.
Keep going. More. No, stop!
Watch a new episode of Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m. Your tips may be eligible for a cash reward, featuring items about officer training, various aspects of police work, and crime prevention information. You'll hear about upcoming family-friendly engagement events as well. Don't miss Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m.
It's baseball season. From heart-stopping plays to legendary victories, this is baseball at its finest. Grab your seat, bring your energy, and witness greatness live. Don't just watch it, feel it. The Pensacola Blue Wahoos are back, and you can watch Pensacola Blue Wahoos home games live on Fridays and Saturdays, only on Blab TV. Love the Blue Wahoos but can't watch? Get your tickets now.
The Emerald Coast Utilities Authority's state-of-the-art materials recycling facility processes recyclables for communities throughout the region, lowering need for more landfills. This highly efficient recycling service accepts glass, paper, cardboard, plastics, aluminum, and more. But we need your help. Please make sure your recyclables are clean of garbage, food, and liquids. Also, please remember that plastic shopping bags, foam products, or yard waste are not recyclable. To learn more, go to livegreenecua.com.
And welcome back to this Monday edition of Sunshine's Corner. And I've got to say, Selena is really, she's got so much that she shared with you. And I cannot stress how proud I am to see what you've accomplished in this short time you've been on this earth, 20 years. and what you're fighting for, equal rights for even people with disabilities, because they have the need for love just as well as those without.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, it was something else you were hitting hard while we were on break. I said, hold it, baby, let's talk about that on the air. I mean, the floor is yours.
Yes, okay, so I basically wanted to talk about how important accommodations are, especially during interviews when it comes to, getting a job. I feel that there is a lot of tension when it comes to interviews because you're basically being judged. Your resume has to have certain skills, a certain level of communication that you have to have. There's a lot of things. It's a lot of pressure.
Right.
And for people who are neurodivergent, a lot of us don't do well with pressure. We have to find ways in order to make sure that we show our best selves.
That's before the interview, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I feel that with accommodations, I feel like a lot of people could even they could benefit from this, even neurotypical people, where if we dance with the interviewee and the interviewer for like 2 minutes, I feel like it could definitely reduce a lot of stress. It could definitely induce your endorphins, reduce your cortisol levels, which is like your stress hormones. And
listen to her going medical on me now.
I definitely feel that we could have a clearer conversation with each other, and also, getting active, literally, it clears your brain more so that you're able to show up your best self. You can probably even say more than you intended to say, which also creates a more of a authentic emotional connection. And so I feel professionalism is probably the most important, and how we can, make sure that is present in conversation is dancing, because human connection
She is a dancer. She was on last year. She danced with me, okay?
Yes, human connection is the highest form of professionalism. And so if we set the space to understand that, hey, you're human, I'm human, let's make sure that you are putting your best foot forward in this interview. You can dance it out, whatever. And it's easy. You can do it anywhere. And you don't even have to dance if you don't want to, but maybe opening up that section to where it's okay to stim. It's okay to have a stress ball. It's okay to do, certain things while you think and process. Because, me being on the show, it's nerve-wracking for me,
Now, you took the words off my lips, but you're not, I don't see anything nervous happening.
It's all in the mind.
Really?
Yes, it's all in the mind. And I know a lot of people can't hide it, and so I guess I'm grateful that I can hide it, but I don't think we should have to hide it. I think we should just.
Well, you're doing an exceptional job.
Really?
I mean, I don't have to talk very much because she's answering the questions before I even ask them.
Yeah. I don't know.
But you're doing a great job.
Thank
and I
you.
think that what you're doing when you're looking out for others is such a great, great thing that you're doing. I want to reiterate, we want to reach out to those who want to help. 850-432-7768. That's the number to call if you want to just encourage her. I believe in, I say this often, giving a person their flowers while they can smell them. And you see what she's doing and the work that goes behind it and how she's looking out for others, the benefit of those. I think you said even for people who are dyslexic, right?
Yes.
I mean, you work with people. I'm just naming off some of the things I heard you say.
Yes. So I feel like some of the signs that I have for the stations, I want to make sure that they're bold and spaced out so that people who are dyslexic can read them better. And I want to make sure the instructions that I have for each station is very clear. Someone's going to be next to these stations to explain it if you can understand it. I just want to make sure that accommodations are for everyone. It's a wheelchair accessible as well.
Right.
And so people of any disability, you're welcome at Wild Tribe Art and Coffee. I also wanted to highlight a few DJs that are going to be there.
Talk about them.
DJ Schwanzi, he goes by Schwanzi. I got Aurora Sounds. There's another guy called Smooth Lettuce, which I think is a really cool name. Smooth Lettuce.
Okay, Smooth Lettuce, crunchy.
He does make crunchy music for people with ADHD, actually. But and then we have Fifth Density, which is a really cool DJ who makes ambient music. And then a lady named Sissy, which she's actually going to play violin during one of the sets.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it's going to be so cool. I haven't advertised it yet because she's my little gem.
Surprise.
Yes. But we're going to have a violin player playing during one of the sets, which I think is really going to, I guess, bring a different type of sound out, especially because I like to stim with music. So I'm really excited to see people's reactions. I want people to leave feeling joyful, feeling inspired, and, you know, feeling loved. And so I feel like these people are definitely going to help. I have flow performers, which flow is a type of dance. You move with props or just with your body. I have, you know, hula hoopers who are coming. I don't know if it's called hula hoopers, but I have people with hula hoops coming out to, you know,
exercise. Hoop, hoop, hoop.
to bring out the energy. And so it's like I said, it's really just going to be a cool event for people to feel safe. Like I said, Nika, who I've met a couple months back, I was actually working in the area and I saw her spot. And when I tell you, it's such a beautiful area. It's orange, it has a really cool, she has all different types of games, which already adds to the experience anyways. So I thought hosting Spectrum and Spice was perfect for Wild Tribe Art and Coffee because it's what they represent. They're trying to get some after school tutoring programs, book clubs. They have open mic. There's a lot that they have. They sell art as well. So if you are an artist and looking to sell your art at a store, Wild Tribe Art and Coffee is the place to do it.
You are involved with a lot of things, and I think that's great because I look at I could never think that you were nervous. She said, "I'm good at hiding it." But when it comes up, let's go back to your event. I'm just going to be transparent and ask, when you say that sometimes the difficulties that you run into because of people that has disabilities, and that when they are somewhat treated different.
Yes.
Which I can understand. I know exactly where you're coming from when you say that. With that, and keeping those people motivated, I think is what you're trying to do.
Yes. Yes.
To show them that, you know, there's nothing that you can't have. There's nothing you can't do. I see in your eyes you're getting emotional.
Yeah.
What's bringing that on?
I feel as though people with disabilities, you know, like myself, I have behavioral disabilities, and so I feel as an entrepreneur, I want to be able to make a life for myself despite the disability, and I feel others should have the same chance at doing that. And so me as a business owner, I want to be an example for others. Because being an entrepreneur, it's hard. It's really hard. You know, you're making your own schedules, you're making your own money. It's a lot of networking, which means a lot of talking to people. Yep. And when you don't know how to talk to people, it's a lot of learning. And I've learned that a lot in culinary school, and I'm still learning.
Of course.
But it's a little bit harder. You have a little bit more pressure. And so if I could, you know, be an example of doing it every day consistently, despite, you know,
all the challenges that you run into.
Yes. I believe other people can do it as well. And then, you know, maybe I could train other people to be entrepreneurs themselves with whatever they're trying to sell. I mean, I'm actually going back to school in May for business, business administration, and I want to know how to run my own business better, you know,
right.
And I want to know how to also help other businesses. I want to be a consultant in the future, a food consultant for restaurants. You know, maybe own a commercial kitchen one day and help other entrepreneurs with their own business, catering businesses, and I want to be able to be successful with my own before I can help others.
Is it because of the challenges that you ran into that caused you to want to stand on your own to do it?
Yes, partly yes. I feel like I don't think I can function in a neurotypical workspace.
Okay.
I don't do well in those type of environments, and so I want to be able to make my own roles, make other people feel happy. You know, I pray over people's food with my private chef services. You know, I like to create a special connection with people with my food as well. And so I often have worked in restaurants where in the kitchen it was really toxic, and
Really?
that type of energy just infuses the food. And I don't really think it's good to give out to customers, you know? I really want for people to feel loved while they eat. I want people to feel safe while they eat. And I want it to be a pure area to where, you know, all of those emotions you can recycle into just love into the food. And so
I hear you say about your faith that you incorporate your prayer and everything over your food, which is I believe in prayer. What is the connection that you have with your faith? How deep of a connection do you have with your faith?
Well, I do believe in a God. I believe in the earth as well as a sense of God. I don't want to get way too into it.
I understand.
But I do know that food is a connection to God, and if you're able to honor that in its purity, I can shape the food for whatever it's made to be shaped into.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So it's like I need to meditate before I make food because I want to be able to bring out the best flavors in the dish because it's really the food bringing it on. I don't want to take credit of the food. I want the food to take credit for itself because it's the nourishing factor. I'm just embodying that nourishing factor and then bringing it to people to keep that purity, you know, or that pure energy.
That purity.
Yeah.
She is really showing. She's being transparent today, and I love that so much with you, Selena. And please, ladies and gentlemen, 850-432-7768. She's a young lady who's stepping out and doing some great things. And she's got this event coming up Mother's Day weekend, May 10th. Please, let's do what we can to support. This is how we really extend that hand that's helping, by supporting. We'll talk more about it right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Welcome to Little John's Big and Tall, where tall men and big men go for style, fit, and comfort. We offer a wide variety of styles and unique brands that service all sizes from large to 14X, as well as tall sizes from large tall to 6X tall. Our knowledgeable staff are here to make sure you have a stress-free experience and answer any of your questions. Little John's has been named Best of Pensacola and Best of the Bay for 4 years in a row. Visit Little John's at 5700 North Davis or visit us online at littlejohnsbigandtall.com.
Fostering a pet for a friend or neighbor can keep families together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
These walls and windows hold me tight. The warm embrace we all call home. This little street is a land of liberty of its own, where I always have a place to go. I'm free to call this place my own. We all deserve a place to call home.
That's an American dream.
I'm Emily Echeverria, Marketing Communications Director for Council on Aging of West Florida and the host of Coming of Age. Watch our show to find out what we're doing for our seniors and their families and hear from area experts and local business owners about their programs and services. Want to help? Find out how you can work with us to bring a better future to our seniors. Watch Coming of Age, 3:30 p.m. Wednesdays, only on Blab TV.
Empire Truck Sales, located at 2255 West Detroit Boulevard in Pensacola, is your Freightliner, Western Star, Detroit Diesel, and Cummins dealer for Northwest Florida. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., providing sales, service, and parts. Empire Truck Sales is also your Oasis dealer for Freightliner custom chassis RV and motorhome repairs. Running I-10 will get you in.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quince Dieter, and I am Blab TV.
And welcome back to Selena. It's Selena today, everybody, right here on Monday's edition of Sunshine's Corner. Open the door to let you see that we should support our younger people to make sure, because I say they are our tomorrows. Let's teach them the way. What's the song Whitney Houston used to sing? Children are our future. Let's teach them the way. If I could sing it for you, but I don't.
I only know.
But you were talking about caregivers.
Yes. I want to encourage caregivers of children who are neurodivergent or have disabilities to come to this event. Even if you don't have the disability yourself, I highly encourage you to come, because it will, I guess, strengthen the bond with your child even more by interacting with folks who are adults. Because, you know, you grow up, you're still here. You know, I feel like there's a lot of services that cater to pediatric services, and there's not a lot for adults. And so I feel like by connecting with adults more, you're able to set your child up for success.
Right.
By, you know, understanding what it's like for adults to go through these things and seeing how we can navigate through them better. Because, like I said, we need influencers. We need someone to look up to like understand, like, you know, how they go through life, and let's see if we can adopt this into my life. Because, I mean, no one knows what they're doing, but if we have a community helping each other and understanding each other a bit more with our communication styles and, you know, how we think, I think.
Do you think that's lacking in a lot of the adults with the ones who are affected by some of the disabilities? That the lack of the care that should be there?
I do think so. I do think when people are adults, they, you know, when they turn 18, they kind of get neglected. And so I definitely do believe that this event can, you know, heal others from that neglect.
Right.
Because as a society, we do kind of neglect them. But I will say this, a lot of caregivers who have neurodivergent children, most of the time actually end up being neurodivergent as themselves. Or not even end up, they are neurodivergent themselves. It's just because we've grown up in such a structured environment that we actually are taught to hide ourselves and mask ourselves more in order to fit in the box of
really.
Yes, especially because, you know, you have money to make and stuff like that. So it's like you kind of have to change in order for people to, you know, digest you better, when really I feel like it's a 50-50 street where, you know, if we have to accommodate other people and not understanding us, I think that should be on the other side where we meet in the middle. And it just hasn't been like that. So a lot of people just end up masking, and they don't realize it until their child actually comes out neurodivergent, and they're like, I don't understand. And it's because you are yourself. You just didn't have the space to be yourself.
Okay. Now let's talk now. We're getting down to we got last 4 minutes coming up. Can you believe we've talked an hour?
Wow, it doesn't seem like it.
No, you've got the knack, girl. You've got the knack. Now, your event's coming up on May the 10th, where it's going to be held.
Mary Esther, Wild Tribe Art and Coffee.
Okay, wow. And how can a person get in touch with you?
My Instagram, selena.rubino, SELENA.Rubino, RUB, as in boy, INO. Also Selena Rubino on Facebook. And my number is 850-826-1470. My email is selenarubino84@gmail.com. Please email me if you'd like to volunteer in the event. This is one big thing. If you guys want to volunteer in the kissing booth, hit me up, because we need more volunteers. We need a variety, you know. You don't just have to kiss one pair of lips. We have different flavors. And so if you guys are interested in helping out, please don't be afraid to reach out.
And if you missed that number, get in touch with me. I'll give it to you. But I want to say to you, I want to inspire you to continue to do what you're doing. We're going to have her on the show later on. She's going to do some cooking for us right here. She's going to prepare something for us right here to show some of her talents there. But coming up on May the 10th, she's got a great big event that's coming up in Mary Esther. We want to encourage everybody. If you go to our Facebook page, you'll see this logo right here. Share, 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 come out. Share, 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 and be there. If you are a nonprofit, please, that will be to extend that hand where you want to help. There's the information where you can get in touch with my girl Selena, so you can be a part of it. And I tell you, don't stop. Keep doing. I'm so pleased to hear that you say you want to go back to school. You're going back into business administration to learn more about your business being more successful. Keep spreading love with what you do. Keep reaching out for those who need the help, who can't speak for themselves. You are that person that's going to speak for them. And I love it because of the fact she says she's always, it's us. It's us. It's us. And I thank you for doing that. I mean, this is your calling to do this, girlie.
Yes, I believe so. I love helping people. I feel like, I don't know, my life wouldn't be the same if I don't help people.
Right.
If that makes sense. I don't know.
Well, look at her earrings. It tells you something. She started to write this song about love, you know? And please don't forget, look up Angela Davis. You're going to be amazed. You are you're just like her.
I appreciate that.
Look her up. You're going to say, oh, I see what Sonny was talking about.
I will. I love doing research. So
there you go. Please do. And ladies and gentlemen, do your part too. Nonprofits, the community. Share this information. It's on our Facebook page. Run to her Facebook page, Selena
Rubino.
Yes, Selena.Rubino.
On Instagram.
And share the page so people can know about what she's got coming up. I commend you, young lady. I mean, ever since I met you years ago, I appreciate your consistency. I appreciate even the fact that you never threw my number away. You kept it. Why do I have your number? We met. Yeah, we did. And look at us today. Continue to do what you're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to have to call it to an end for today for this conversation with Selena Rubino. And I tell you, she's got this great event coming up. I want you to be a part. Now, check us out tomorrow. We've got a show. I hear people talk about love all the time. I've got a couple that's coming on. They're going to tell you what it takes to be successful in a marriage right here. Got to leave you as I do every day. Never lose your focus. Always remember, if you keep God first, I'll guarantee you this, you're going to be a total success. So until 9 o'clock in the a.m., know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Make sure you keep shining while I'm gone. Have a great day. Bye for now.
Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.